Mr. T here, and we are in video number 4. We are getting near the end of our typing video. So if you're new, why don't you go back and watch the other videos, skim through them, and see which ones I've picked so far and which ones I haven't. And then, come watch this one. Or just dive right in at number 4. You know, who cares? You do you. So today's video, my 4th favorite type of all time would have to be the flying type. I love flying. I love being in the air. I think it's great. I always, a small part of me wanted to get a flying license when I was a kid. I love flying drones and little remote control helicopters and all that stuff. Plus, I kind of like birds. Birds are awesome. And you've already seen a couple of bird or flying type Pokemon in previous lists because of their dual typing. And that's one of the reasons why they're not going to be in this list. But there were a few that I'm like, do I want to put them in the flying video or do I not? So I was all over the place. But yeah, so flying is my 4th favorite. Honestly, I was arguing with myself whether I should have made this my top 3. But I ultimately decided at number 4. So, quick refresher of the rules for anyone who's new or is coming back. I show you 4 types. 4 Pokemon. This one was actually super hard for the pure type because for those of you who don't know, there's only three pure type flying Pokemon in the entire Pokemon series. Everything else is either primary or secondary flying. There's literally 3, and 2 of them are from the same family tree. The other one is technically there's 4 if you count the other one has dual forms. So it was very hard to do my least and my favorite pure type. The primary and secondary were easy though. Pure favorite, primary favorite, secondary favorite, pure least favorite. And like I said, the pure and the least, I don't hate either of them, and neither of them are like super high on my list. But there's only 3 pure flying types, so it was a little hard. So let's go ahead and dive in. So of those 3 pure flying types, my favorite one is Corvisquire. The other 2 are literally Rookidee and Tornadus. That's literally it. Those are the only pure flying type Pokemon in existence. And then Tornadus, you could argue, is a 4th one because he has his alter form. But yeah, Corvisquire is a great Pokemon. I like Corviknight, and he's cool. Corvisquire though, to me is again, he's a 2nd stage evolution Pokemon in a 3-stage family tree. They're very forgettable, but again, there wasn't a whole lot of options here. And I honestly am not a fan of Tornadus. He's my least favorite of the air trio. So I picked Corvisquire. Again, Corvisquire is cool. Rookidee is an awesome Pokemon, so Corvisquire evolving from him is awesome. And I do like Corviknight, so it kind of just fits. So he got put in there. Now, my favorite primary flying type, and again, there's actually not a whole lot of primary flying type Pokemon either. There were a few I could have picked from, but one of them was on a different list, so I can't repeat him. And then there was another one I'm like, maybe not, but the one I ultimately went with was Flamigo. I think he looks cool. I love flamingos. They're just cool Pokemon, or they're just cool animals, I should say. And it kind of similar to Toucanon. Because of I like the real world the real world animal, that kind of made this Pokemon higher on my list. So Flamingo got the spot for me, and I also do like the typing. I like how he's a fighting type too. So I think that was always kind of fun. But again, he's literally just a flamingo that kicks. So I kind of thought that was like funny and cool at the same time. So he made it high on my list. Now, my favorite secondary flying type. This list had a lot of Pokemon, and you've actually already seen a couple Pokemon from the secondary flying type already on these typing videos, so that's why they didn't show up here. But this is actually one of my more favorite Pokemons, or one of my more all-time favorite Pokemon. Honestly, if I made a top 20 or even a top 25 list, he would probably be on that list, and that's Pidgeot. Pidgeot's always been a cool Pokemon. He's actually my favorite of the regional birds. So every Pokemon game has a Pikachu clone, like Plusle and Minun, Pachirisu and so on, Morpeko and all them. But they also have a regional bird. Corvisquire is actually the regional bird for the Galar region. Pidgeot was the original regional bird, and he's always been my favorite regional bird. Again, don't get me wrong, other regional birds are actually kind of cool. They have some fun to them, but you can't beat the OG. Pidgeot's just an all-around awesome Pokemon, and again, he is one of my arguably top 20, top 25 favorite Pokemon of all time. Now, my least favorite, again, this is kind of like my previous water video. Sorry if I spoiled that for you for my number 5. But it's not that I hate this one, and I already told you who it is. It's Tornadus. Again, there was literally only 3 options, and Rookidee is literally the unevolved form of Corvisquire, so it's not like I had a whole lot of choices for this one. But it's not that I hate Tornadus. He is a cool Pokemon, but of the 3 flying trios, I actually like him the least. So it kind of just made sense to put him as the least favorite. Again, I actually do really like him. He is one of, one of the cooler Pokemon out there. I wouldn't be putting him in a top 25 list or anything like that, but he is still really cool. But again, I literally only had 3 options. And of the 3, I did like Corvisquire better, so Tornadus just kind of takes the cake, because I'm not going to put Rookidee as my least favorite because he's so cute. But yeah, so this list was a unique one, but I do love the flying type Pokemon. Again, you already saw there was like 4 or 5 flying type Pokemon already in this series because of their dual typing. So flying is awesome. The Pokemon are great. I love the way some of these Pokemon are, and it's just an all-around awesome type. Yeah, so stick around. We are going to be going into the top 3 very soon. And let's see, have you been keeping track of which ones are left? Some of you should already kind of know where I'm going with my my number 1 choice if you watched my top 10 all-time favorite list. So thanks for sticking around for the series. Thanks for coming in this long, and let's finish it out strong.